G'day, how's it going? I don't have time for a full vid today, but I was reviewing some of your comments from the last couple of videos. So the first thing I want to do is mention that the E10 prophecy is coming true. I woke up this morning to a work report vid talking about not only Josh Hall, but also Alex Antetokounmpo getting signed to E10s. So I think the first thing we want to do is 2 days ago in my first video back after 2 months of getting back to my real job, I just basically said that, hey, this is my prediction for this. What's coming out of the offseason is that we're going to see this explosion of E10 contracts across the league, starting with the Raptors. And here's why. So what we're going to be looking at is the Raptors 905 becoming a place to not just develop players, but to develop plays for the Raptors NBA team. So I've got Bonga and Perry on the left. I'm assuming Bonga is the guy that's going to get cut, but I could be wrong there. You might see another person there. Bonga also might get picked up by another NBA team. On the right, we have our two-way contracts. That's David Johnson's our second round pick, one of the two. And then Justin Champagny, I always say his name wrong, our offensive rebound specialist out of Pitt. And these guys are going to form some combination of the Raptors 905 this season. So we can look forward to these things happening. So thank you to the work report, as always. And then my second piece of love comes from our comment from the day, and that's, of course, Raptors Digest, the total hallmark of Raps fans on YouTube. Shout out to the Noofs and their cohort. My comment that I got today was from someone was, give me some fantasy sleeper picks for the NBA drafts that I've got coming up. So I wanted to mention that the Raptors Digest has been trying to recruit people to actually subscribe to their channel, but also, join the channel? So they put out a video yesterday, the one with the Scotty Barnes thing there, saying, hey, subscribe, give us some money so we can make content. If you want to do that, you should support them. They're going to run a fantasy sports pool. So good luck in that, guys, if you join. I'm considering joining myself. I always watch every video. So shout out to the Noofs. And that's where I want to give you my plug. And that's that I'm not competing with other channels. I'm here as a fan first. And I started making content literally because everyone was saying Jalen Suggs and Kyle Lowry's leaving definitively, and I wanted to say, hey, that's not a cut and dry thing. Kyle's going to be the one to decide whether he moves on or not. Kalo, I'm going to miss you. Memories. And secondly, I was like, since February, like, Scotty Barnes, why is no one saying this? He's clearly the Raptors' choice if they can get a top pick, which is when we were all tanking and playing kazoos on Raptors Digest. So anyway, here's my little plug for why you can follow my channel and subscribe to it and make your viewing experience even easier. But one of the reasons you might want to sub here is I'm a fan first. So if you go to playlists on the Gubstown Clink, I'm keeping track of all the videos brought up by my favorite YouTubers, and they're linked here. So some of my videos are here. You'll find NBA Chev, Amateur Hour Sports, Yahoo, Extra Crispy, some of his Raptors stuff, Gubstown Clink is me, Raptors Digest, JJ Buckets, etc., etc. The Warwick Report, they're all here, and I keep these up to date. So, for instance, like here's the Raptors Digest one that was just made on the Josh Hall E10. So just so you know, guys, these are available to everyone through the Gubstown. So when you're getting home from work and you're not sure if there's new content on the web, you can be sure of one thing. I've already checked. I will have game highlights and all that sort of stuff linked here as well. Next up, I want to get to our comment. So let's take a look at that. So the comment was from Raywin and basically just said, first of all, they said the videos that I've been doing since I've been back have been my best so far, and I'm really proud of that. So thank you very much for saying so. Secondly, commented about just the whole idea of Dragic being more valuable than just as a player. And that's totally true. Like I said in my last couple of videos, episode 16 and 17, Dragic's value is much higher than just as a player. But the main content that they want produced is some fantasy league stuff. So let's take a look at some fantasy sleepers, or at least up and comers, And I don't have time for a full video today, so I'm gonna give alphabetical order the first 3 teams. Let's get to that. Without further ado, let's start with alphabetical order, the Atlanta Hawks. And the player that I think is going to be breaking out this year for the Hawks is going to be none other than Cam Reddish. So last year we saw DeAndre Hunter be the guy that kind of like took over. This year, look at Reddish. He was 10th overall in the same draft. We got a 7'1" wingspan, 6'8", 218, nice big body. He's playing forward. Last year he averaged 11.2 points in 28.8 minutes. The thing with Reddish that I find super interesting, though, is that he, over 36 minutes, he was averaging 1.5 steals. And in Game 6, anyone that watched the playoffs last year, in Game 6, Reddish came in and went like 6 for 7, played amazing against the Bucks in their Game 6 loss. So look for Reddish to really take a role this year, because Nate McMillan cannot ignore this guy on offense or defense, even though the Hawks are a super rich team in terms of players. Okay, so according to me, Killer Cam is the player to watch out of Atlanta. Next up, by my calculations, AB, we've got the Boston Celtics. And although they've got a super crowded front court with Dennis Schroeder, Josh Richardson coming over in exchange for Moses Brown, they've got Romeo Langford, and they've got Marcus Smart, they don't have many shooters. And that's why, because of this guy's performance in both Summer League and preseason, I'm saying the guy to watch in Boston is going to be Peyton Pritchard. Fast PP destroyed in Summer League in the preseason this year. He's the only other guy after Tatum and Brown to average over 5 3-point attempts this season in the preseason. And this guy out of Oregon, who was 26th overall in 2020, is looking like an actual shooting machine. So watch for fast PP, Peyton Pritchard out of Boston. Okay, so next up, we got the Brooklyn Nets. And I'm going to start a rookie. And I know what you're thinking, because this is the Brooklyn Nets. They're favored by most people on paper to win the East. They're star-studded. There's no room for the rookies that are there, because this year's rookies include Kessler Edwards and Cam Thomas. But the fact of the matter is if anyone's listened to me rant and rave before, they know I'm not a big Kyrie Irving fan. Just check out the video I did on Swagger. You know Kyrie's top of my list of favorite players, that's for sure. So the fact of the matter is they got James Harden, they've got Kyrie Irving, they got all these guys ahead. The problem is these guys are injury prone. And if you've been paying attention to any team but the Raptors, and you've watched anything done by Brooklyn, you'll know that this guy is a guy to watch. Cam Thomas. So he's taken 27th overall. He's a total guard out of LSU, 6'4", 210. Great size. He was co-MVP alongside Davion Mitchell for the Summer League. And in his preseason debut, he scored 21 points in 22 minutes. Cam Thomas, a rookie on Brooklyn, is potentially a breakout player. If you've got a keeper league, all 3 of the players that I just mentioned are good. But Pritchard and Cam Thomas are 2 players you are not going to be upset keeping. Thanks so much to Raywin for the comment. I'll continue this weekend. You guys should have a whole bunch of sleepers in your bag of tricks for your NBA drafts this weekend. Keep yourselves happy, safe, all of those things. Be well, guys. And remember, it is all about the Larry. Cheers. Kawhi, I can't even see the TV if you're going to sit there.
I don't even know where you're sitting at.
That's bullshit, Kawhi. Your laugh is
This
stupid.
is Chef's Kiss approved. Mwah!